sound a little bit racist, but it's actually about they are a little bit careful with someone that might not stay here. So if they see that you speak Polish, you've been here for a while, they treat you a little bit different. In the beginning, it can also be shocking and look a little bit racist, but
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Okay guys, we're going to be seeing a video today, and this is a Polish day. All right, and this one is titled "Foreigners Reveal Their Biggest Culture Shock About Poland." All right guys, if you're so excited, check this out with me. Please subscribe and let's get right into this.
Poland's like another planet for me because everything is different. Every day I'm out of my comfort zone here.
I think my first culture shock coming from Nigeria was the constant electricity.
Hey Nigeria!
How good it was.
People think Polish girls are like gold diggers or they're a poor country.
Poland is so racist, it's really bad, like you can't be yourself.
Miałem aplikację żabki zanim tu przyjechałem.
W Polsce stosunek do Rosjan jest bardzo negatywny.
Hey aliens! In today's video, we asked foreigners what surprised you about Poland.
Let's get started.
Hey.
Would you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Wes from the channel Where's Wes on YouTube. I'm from America, but I'm Chinese and I'm 29 years old.
So where's Wes right now?
Here in Krakow, Poland.
My name is Eliseo. I'm from Brazil and I'm 28 years old. I've been living here in Poland for 3.5 years.
My name's Kristen. I'm from the United States, but I've lived in Poland for the past 5 years, and I love it here.
So I'm Maria. I'm from the Netherlands. I live about almost 4 years in Poland.
Hi, my name is Ola Shubomi, originally from Nigeria. I live in
I'm from Nigeria too, guys.
Mam na imię Ilshad, przyjechałam z Azerbejdżanu 2 lata temu i mój polski jest wspaniały.
Cześć, mam na imię Sasza.
Jestem Lena.
Mieszkamy w Polsce już 4 lata. Jesteśmy z Nowosibirsku, to miasta za Uralem, można tak powiedzieć, w Rosji. Bardzo zimno.
And why did you choose to move to Poland?
There's a lot of reasons. It's quite easy for Americans to come here, visa-wise. I like the cost of living a lot. I had a lot of Asian friends here and they told me that Asians were really respected here because of our work ethic and not causing problems. And finding a partner is quite high on my bucket list as well. I heard a lot of really good things about Polish girls, and I think you guys can probably agree as well. So the more time that I spend here, the more I like it.
It's a very common case. I moved here because I had a Polish girlfriend. We were living in Vienna. She didn't want to stay there. So I found a job here. I didn't know there was too many job opportunities here, so I just moved.
First, in 2016, I came in through ISEC. I did like this volunteer program for like a year. And I went back to Nigeria and I came back just on the beginning of the pandemic. I think the places, the food, and the women, but my wife more specifically.
Very specifically, the wife.
Okay guys, this is really interesting to see. Okay, all of them actually found their way to Poland for one reason or the other. And I think the major reason from the first 3 men that just spoke in this video, I think it's because of their partners. Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, I think Poland has amazing women, okay, to be able to like bring men from other countries to come stay in their country because they found love there. That's really beautiful. Okay.
Moved here originally for work, and then I stayed for love, as one does. But it's super fun for me. I love Warsaw. It's really safe. It's a really good place to hang out with your friends. A lot of like international community here. Big fan.
Why Poland? So for love. My boyfriend, I should say fiance, is Polish. So yeah, so he lives here.
Wow,
and,
nice.
At some point I came this way.
Even the women too, like.
Chodziłem do rosyjskiej szkoły, więc mam sobie bardzo dużo tej słowiańskiej mentalności. Oczywiście szukałem kraj ze słowiańską mentalnością, a najlepszy słowiański kraj to Polska.
Po-pierwsze, ja mam karty Polaka. Moi przodkowie byli z Polski. Pierwszy raz byliśmy w Polsce
10 lat temu,
Tak,
8,
w 2014 roku. To była taka mała podróż po zachodniej części Polski. Wrocław, Kłodzko, drugie małe miasto. Ja po prostu zdecydowałem uczyć języka polskiego, dać egzamin dla karty Polaka i po prostu przeprowadziliśmy do Polski.
Let's talk about some culture shocks. What are some of the things that surprised you about Poland?
Everybody being very quiet and standoffish. If you come from America, people are super friendly, super in your face. A lot of small talk. People don't really do that here. I also like how the men here are men. So let's say you need something to be fixed. It's nice not having to argue, yeah, a woman can do it too. It's just like, no, I just want a guy to show up, come in. I just show him the problem. He's just like, let me move.
Quite interesting.
Being a man, a useful man, and being able to fix things around the house and solve problems is still valued here. I like how they're not arguing about a man's a man, a woman's a woman, that kind of stuff. Growing up in Los Angeles, I was so used to it, but here they don't have any of that BS.
You have to actually be a gentleman here, I would say so.
Yeah, but I think that's good because one of the reasons why a lot of people travel, especially men, they travel for the women. There's certain countries like Thailand, Colombia, and the Philippines is kind of a hot spot for a lot of men because people can go there with their passport, a little bit of money, and say that they're attracting women. But here in Poland, they don't care about your money. Polish passport is stronger than the American passport. So in order to get a Polish girlfriend, you actually have to be a good guy treat her well, treat her with respect. So I think it filters out a lot of the bad guys coming here with like bad intentions, right? I really admire their family values. Many people here grew up with a nuclear family, and that is so important in the US and especially in Colombia. In Colombia, the single motherhood rate is like 85%. So the people are a lot more relationship minded because they had really good examples of what that looks like.
But was that a surprise for you? So you thought Poland didn't have that?
I think I like this, okay? Polish men and women are good. Like, you can hear it from all these people in this video. I like the fact that they respect relationship and they are straightforward. This is really beautiful.
And then you came here and they had that.
Well, I think like in the US, people group Poland with Ukraine and Russia together as like Slavic countries, but Poland and Ukraine are not the same at all. They're like night and day difference. But you wouldn't know that if you're not educated about the area. So I think that people think Polish girls are like gold diggers or they're a poor country. That's probably the biggest one, that Poland is a poor country, and then you come here and you're like, they're not really a poor country. It's quite well developed. The people here are very educated. People live good lives. A lot of people have homes. A lot of this negative stereotypes I had about Poland were eliminated when I actually arrived here.
Poland's like another planet for me because everything is different. Every day I'm out of my comfort zone here.
Is there anything that surprised you a lot about when you moved to Poland?
I think about how people communicate, I think is the first thing that shocks you as a Latin American, as a Brazilian. We are not that direct. We don't say no. And Polish people, they are very direct. When I was in Białystok, I went to a restaurant and then I was trying to explain to the waitress that I'm vegan. And I asked, do you have anything for vegans here? And she said, no, we have only for normal people. Another situation that shocked me here when I moved to Poland, you guys may have seen that you are trying to rent a flat and you see that they write in the comments, foreigners don't even call me. And the funny thing that in some situations I called them in Polish. And when they saw that I could speak Polish, it seemed like they forgot that I was a foreigner. And then I noticed that it's not about being foreigners, just that the way they put sound a little bit racist, but it's actually about they are a little bit careful with someone that might not stay here. So if they see that you speak Polish, you've been here for a while, they treat you a little bit different. In the beginning, it can also be shocking and look a little bit racist, but then you understand that it's not exactly like that.
It's a good lesson, I suppose, that these things aren't maybe as rude or as offensive as they might seem at first. Just simple misunderstandings, maybe.
100%, yeah. So we also need to understand that their culture is also very different. They are not very used to foreigners. If you try to put yourself in their shoes, you might understand that it's not racism, it's not prejudice, it's just cultural difference.
It was my first time in Europe. I think my first culture shock coming from Nigeria was the constant electricity. Constant supply.
Okay, guys, I am from Nigeria, okay, so I can actually relate with this Nigerian person. What he's saying in this video is actually true because here in Nigeria, we have electricity supply issues. Like, we don't have constant light here. Okay, there are some areas that 1 year, you can even go a year without light. You can go months without light, and we're living our lives, okay? So it's actually going to be a shock for someone coming from Nigeria to see constant electricity in Poland. It's really going to be shocking to us, okay?
Of hot water, like running water. Not running water, but like running hot water, because there was always running water. The biggest surprise for me was the amount of Caucasians I've seen. It was the biggest amount of Caucasians I saw at once, right? Seeing like so many white people was quite, I don't know if that's racist or, I mean, it was. What else? I think the Russell. I don't know what to call this love or this kind of relationship I have with Russell. Like, I only go to Russell when I'm after the club, right? So after the club, you know, Russell is like my go-to guy. I used to miss pounded yam.
What is that?
Pounded yam is like the potato that went to Harvard. You know?
He said it's like a potato that went to Harvard. This guy is really funny, okay? Pounded yam is actually our local delicacy here in Nigeria, okay? So I am not surprised he misses that in Poland because that's not their traditional food, all right?
Where do Polish potatoes go?
I don't know, maybe Victoria University.
So moving here, I was like shocked about how good it was and how like safe I felt on the buses and like going home at night. It's not like an issue at all. You're not gonna get shot, so big fan of that. The quality of life, you have so many more opportunities. You have like health insurance. There's no guns here. Like if you have a knife, what are you gonna do? You stab me? Okay, whatever. You're not gonna go bankrupt if you do get sick. The fact that you guys have like a really nice work-life balance, paid sick days, you have like a good amount of holidays. Like you can really live a good quality of life here. I was also surprised about like the quality of
That's
educated
interesting.
people and just the amount of like English that people speak, especially in Warsaw. Like it's never been an issue for me. My father, when I got married last summer, it was his very first time in Europe and his very first time in Poland. He comes here and he is from the middle of America. He has never really left the country. He had to get a passport for the first time, you know, he's one of those. And he comes here and he's like, Kristen, this is amazing. Like, I just walked to 3 different casinos right next to my hotel. And I was like, yeah, they love them here. I was like, me too, you know, I love a good gamble. He also surprised about the amount of restaurants, the amount of options that you can have. I think Warsaw is like ranked the 2nd biggest vegan capital in Europe or maybe even the world. And he was also shocked about the metro. He's like, this is amazing. I was like, I know. It's like you're in a little movie every time you're on the metro and you see it going across and you feel like you're in Gossip Girl or something. So he had his little Gossip Girl moment when he came here, but he was obsessed. He was like, I get why you want to live here. Like, I get it.
Before I ever went to Poland, they always told me like, oh, Poland is so racist. It's really bad. Like, you can't be yourself. There's a lot of Polish people in the Netherlands. There were a lot of Polish people in the UK. So I kind of had a feeling, okay, in Poland, the situation is not that great. People are struggling. And a lot of people were also telling me this. They had some difficulties sometimes with Polish people. So they were, you know, a bit surprised that I was going there. But the first time when I came to Poland, I was like, wow, it's actually so beautiful here. I really love the country, like the nature here. So you have sea in the north. In the south, you have mountains. Netherlands doesn't have mountains, so I'm really happy about that. You have everything. You have Mazura with the lakes. I think it's just amazing. People are really nice. I did see that they were looking at me, but I didn't notice this racism that I was afraid of. In Poland, a lot of people think that I'm from Africa, so they also want to check that. And I had this one time, this guy came to me and he's like, can we take a picture? Okay, sure. It happened more often, so I was okay with the picture. And then he was like, where are you from? So I'm from the Netherlands. And he's like, looking, no, but where are you really from? And I'm like, still from the Netherlands, so I don't know what you mean. Oh, then your granddad. I don't know, actually. I'm adopted and I'm from Colombia, but I was like, my granddad could maybe be from somewhere else. I don't know. So he was like, is your granddad like African? And I'm like, oh, maybe he could be. Like at some point they went to Colombia anyway, so maybe he was. And the guy was not happy with that answer, and he still looked at me like, why you don't say that you're from Africa? Also one guy saying like, oh, I had a girlfriend from Africa before. And I'm like, that's awesome. But I don't find that racism more interests or it's different, so they look. So that's, surprised me that it was just different from what I was told before. And if you only hear negative stories, then there's always two sides to a country.
Yeah, just don't watch the news.
No, exactly.
Co zaskoczyło Cię najbardziej po przyjeździe do Polski?
Szczerze, w ogóle nic. Dobrze się przygotowałam do przyjazdu. Obejrzałem tam sobie 1000 filmików po polsku, więc widziałem z góry, na co mam oczekiwać. W sumie nic. W sensie, jakby dostałem to, czego oczekiwałem. Nie wiem, naprawdę nie wiem. Po prostu wyobraź, że Polak wrócił do domu. Z tego powodu mnie trochę z tymi emocjami trudno, bo ja z góry wiedziałam, co będzie, jak będę rozmawiać z ludźmi, na co mam oczekiwać, jak kasować bilety w biletomacie. Ja miałem aplikację Żabkę, pobrane miałem aplikację Żabki, zanim tu przyjechałem.
Wow. Czyli bardzo dobrze się przygotowałeś.
Bardzo dobrze. Ja mam czasami komentarze, że do mnie ludzie piszą, że jesteś bardziej polski niż Polacy. Jeden raz spotkałem się z kibicami Legii Warszawy. Oni chcieli się przyczepić do mnie. Ja zapytałem, a czy w ogóle czytaliście pana Tadeusza? Okazało się, że oni nie, a ja czytałem, więc my się zaprzyjaźniliśmy i teraz chciałbym powiedzieć, że razem bijemy obcokrajowców, ale nie, no po prostu...
Czyli zyskałeś szacunek kibiców Legii.
Tak.
Znajomością pana Tadeusza.
Czytałem, już jestem za leniwy i stary, ale czytałem dużo.
A jaka jest twoja ulubiona polska książka?
Stanisław Lem Solaris.
Jeśli mógłbyś przenieść jedną rzecz z Polski do Azerbejdżanu, co by to było?
Demokracja i polska mentalność.
Co podoba Ci się w polskiej mentalności?
Bardzo łatwo dogadywać się z ludźmi i jak coś, to ludzie mówią wprost. Jeżeli ktoś cię nie lubi, ty zrozumiesz, że ktoś cię nie lubi. To jest bardzo łatwe i wygodne. Ktoś uważa, że to jest chamsko, a według mnie to jest świetnie.
Tak jakby nie tracimy czasu na jakieś zbędne dyskusje, tak? Nie udajemy.
Tak. Ludzie są otwarci. Nieraz tak jechałem pociągiem i mogłem zaprzyjaźnić się z kimś, jakimś nieznajomymi ludźmi, bo piliśmy przez całą drogę. To świetnie przecież.
Pierwsza rzecz, którą po prostu od razu zauważyliśmy, to stosunki do historii, ponieważ widzimy wiele różnych takich ciekawych, pięknych miejsc, który zadbany, który jest odrestaurowany i nam to bardzo podoba. Na przykład w tym miejscu, gdzie my mieszkali, w Nowosibirsku, bardzo mało takich miejsc i jak mi wydaje się brakuje tego stosunku z szanowaniem do takich miejsc historycznych.
Для мене теж це історія дбання о щегулах, о будинках, дбання о всіх щегулах, навіть вioskach. Польська мене інспірувала, щоб я знову почала малювати як в дитинстві, і то все dzięki Польській я стала маляркою. Просто заінспірувала, що мені в Польщі дизайн плакату є такий популярний, він має такий великий poziom. І малюю такі плакати, образи і різні почтówki. І цікаво, що takie pocztówki kupują Polacy, który mieszka nie w Polsce, który tęskni za różnymi miejscami, za swoim domem i to bardzo przyjemne dla mnie, że ja mogę coś dać dla tych ludzi takiego ciepłego.
Я не wiem, jak to wytłumaczyć, po prostu ta rzecz, która mnie najbardziej podoba, to chyba wiesz, tak można powiedzieć, atmosfera, ten klimat, który ja po prostu czuję w Polsce. Na przykład, kiedy my wyjeżdżamy gdzieś lotem, nie wiem, jedziemy tam do Francji, do Germanii, a potem, kiedy idziemy już do Polski i po prostu, kiedy wychodzimy z lotniska w Krakowie, myślimy, że nareszcie jesteśmy w Polsce. Nie wiem, jak to wytłumaczyć, nie wiem, bezpiecznie, być może spokojnie, taka atmosfera.
Jak w domu.
Tak. No, jak w domu.
Po prostu nam Polska, Kraków od razu tak pasowało do naszego życia i to wszystko. No. To nie potrzebujemy szukać czegoś innego, po prostu nam to podoba.
Oglądałam wasz film na kanale i mówiłeś chyba, że twoi rodzice bali się, jak przyprowadzałeś się do Polski, jak ludzie będą reagować?
Tak, no tak, ponieważ oczywiście propaganda w Rosji w tym momencie pracuje tak bardzo mocno i oczywiście wiele ludzi myśli, że w Polsce stosunek do Rosjan może być taki bardzo negatywny. Na przykład moi rodzice oczywiście mieli taki
Strach?
No strach, można tak powiedzieć, że może być coś nie tak z wami tam w Polsce. Musi być tak ostrożny. Oczywiście ja rozmawiałam o tym z nimi, że wszystko w porządku, że wszystko normalnie. Są ludzie, którzy oglądają wiele tak telewizji i oni też myślą o tym, że w Polsce stosunek do Rosjan jest bardzo negatywny. Nigdy jeszcze nie spotkaliśmy takiego negatywnego doświadczenia. Zawsze było takie po prostu zainteresowanie. O, jesteście z Rosji, dlaczego Polska i tak dalej. I zawsze byli to mili ludzie, którzy po prostu mówili nam, no super, że przyjechaliście do Polski. My takie, super, dziękujemy.
So, Aman, what surprised you about Poland?
Actually, it surprises me how tolerant Polish people are towards other cultures and foreigners. In my time here in 4 years in Poland, I haven't faced any racism, which is quite nice. But maybe my experience is unique. So, in the next video, we're going to ask foreigners if they faced any racism in Poland. Subscribe for more.
Okay, guys, I really enjoyed watching this video from the very start to the finish. Okay, these are actually shocking Polish culture shock. Okay, the guy from Nigeria actually blew me off because I can actually relate to all the things that he's saying. Okay, this is really beautiful. Okay, share your thoughts, your opinion. What do you think about Poland? What are the culture shocks you know about Poland that we are not listed in this video? Okay, please let us know in the comment section. Okay, thank you guys for watching and see you guys in my next one. Bye.